สวัสดีค่ะ So today I'm gonna show you how to make the easy hand sanitizers. The first thing I'm gonna explain is about how to protect you from the coronavirus for now. The World Health Organization or WHO, even our Department of Health and our doctors here in Thailand are all saying that good old-fashioned soap and water. So wash your hand and a good 30 seconds of rubbing front and back and fingers is the way forward. If you are out and about you are caught in emergency, you can't wash with soap. So you can use the hand sanitizer. But on the slide I show you the best way for keeping your hand clean, it is the soap and water. So you wash your hand good is better. So this is on the slide show you about the before washing hands, and number 5 is show you only 15 seconds with soap. You see how much clean with soap and water. So many recipes on the online and from WHO, even from the CDC, that tell you about the recipe. But if you have the formula, many formula, but you having trouble finding some ingredients such as the carbopol gel, so another recipe we have. So this is the formula endorsed by the Department of Health in Thailand กรมอนามัยค่ะ So I'm gonna use only 2 ingredients, ethanol and glycerin. This is the structure and show you hydrogen bonding. I'm gonna talk about the chemical structure later. And this is the glycerol structure. So let's start it. I go to the lab and make this. Before I start the how to make the hand sanitizer, so I gonna give you up to date information. In March 14 to 2020 from CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention recommended the use of alcohol-based hand sanitizer that contained either 60 to 80% ethanol and or 70 to 75% isopropyl alcohol or isopropanol. They are rapidly antimicrobial against bacteria, fungi, and viruses. But if you mixed only from drugstore, you can find the 70% ethanol, but you take this one 70%, and you use the recipe with carboport gel, which is should to dissolve the gel by water so alcohol concentrations drop below than 70%. If it's lower, it's ineffective, right? So this is a do it yourself easy homemade hand sanitizer, and the formula endorsed by the Kromanamai Department of Health in Thailand, with the quantity scaled down for home use. Because this recipe can keep only 30 days or approximately 1 month. The formula calls for ratio ethyl alcohol to glycerin is 3 to 1. So it's equal to 70% ethyl alcohol. The 1 cup, the cup in your glassware home, the kitchenware at home. 240 milliliters of ethyl alcohol and mix with 2 teaspoons. Teaspoon is small size. This way teaspoon. So equal to 10 milliliters of glycerin. Okay, let's start it.
So you have to find the ethyl alcohol that concentration more than 70%, and it's so hardly to find. And today is the easy homemade hand sanitizer. I only mix only 2 ingredients: ethyl alcohol that you can find 70% from the drugstore, and glycerin. Also called glycerol. But for hand sanitizer, I'm gonna use the food grade that I bought it. It's the additive for some ingredients from food. So we don't use the concentration, the alcohol. So the easier way, we gonna find some kitchenware, such like a cup. So 1 cup approximately equal to 240 milliliters, and we're gonna use the tablespoon and teaspoon. The 60 milliliters bottle size of our hand sanitizers. Let I start with the measure alcohol by 240. 1 bottle 450 milliliters is higher than a half of bottle. So this one. I'm gonna use the dropper to high, not higher level. It should to look the downward curve. It's not too downward like water, but it's ethyl alcohol. 40. can use in your kitchenware 1 cup, 240 milliliters. And I gonna measure glycerol, also can call glycerin. The ratio of ethyl alcohol to glycerin is 3 to 1 glycerin. So 10 milliliters is tacky like we call the sugar alcohol for glycerin because it can use by the sweetness for the food grade. So I gonna pour it in. I have the big size of this. I measure 10. Feeling like syrup, but it's the additive substances for food. If you can see, I move to here and I'm going to use dropper in ice level and pour it in. And you stir by the glass rod. So you have your own hand sanitizers, and we can keep it in your any container. You can keep in your container, close the lid tight, and for use in 30 days. I'm gonna make more easier. The formula from the Department of Health in Thailand, they said only use the 60 ml size bottle and pour easy. If you can see from here, easier if you measure by the bottle size. And you use formula for glycerol 2.5 milliliters. So it's equal to half teaspoon. So if you have teaspoon and in your home, you measure by pour a half in level, half teaspoon. bottle like a spray bottle and shake it. It's done and easier.
Okay, so I gonna give you the precaution. The strong solutions of alcohols are flammable. Use extra caution around heat sources with any hand sanitizers, homemade hand sanitizer or purchased hand sanitizer. So they are all flammable, so be careful about that. And I tested already how it works. It's a bit feeling tacky and sticky, but it's made more effective for you and can protect you from germs, viruses because it stay in your hand palm and backside longer than 20 seconds. So let we continue about chemistry lecturer. The chemistry lecture, I gonna talk about the principal focus of that talk was this ingredient right here is glycerol. And my hand sanitizer in video in 60 ml bottle, I put some drops of essential oil and I like the smell of Aussie grass solution. You can do it what's your smell flavor. And that's we're gonna talk about ethyl alcohol, the structure here, and I have 70% from drugstore and more ingredient glycerol. This is the food grade. They put the base in oil to separate the glycerol from the triglyceride. There's the ingredients in hand sanitizer glycerin. So I'm going to explain to you today why we put glycerin into hand sanitizer. They're not just only for moisturizing to your hand. The very important purpose, you see the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. USA recommends that for hand sanitizer to be effective, it not only needs to be sufficiently concentrated, 60% to 80% ethyl alcohol and 70% to 75 isopropyl alcohol. Not just only concentrated in alcohol, but it also has to remain on your hands for at least 20 seconds when it's being used. So glycerin is not a simple alcohol. Let I show you glycerin structure again. It is what chemists call a sugar alcohol, and it has way more hydroxyl groups 3 per molecules to be exact. Here, if you can see hydroxyl group OH in the red ball represent of O atom. There are 3 position of hydroxyl groups in per molecule. So how does more hydroxyl groups make glycerin resistant to evaporation? The answer is hydrogen bonding. You see the hydroxyl groups from different molecules can form an attractive arrangement called a hydrogen bond, and glycerin has more 3 ways to make the hydrogen bonds by hydroxyl groups here. As I show you here, I can do the intermolecular forces. Only one glycerol on the left hand side. I can make the bond to ethanol. Ethanol, there are 3 molecules because hydroxyl group of glycerin and represent the green dots that show you the hydrogen bonds right here. So this is the result. This makes glycerin molecules stick to one another really well, keeping them in close contact and making it much slower to evaporate. Because of hydrogen bond interaction, now when glycerin and ethanol are combined, the same type of hydrogen bonding interactions happen between the glycerin and ethanol, slowing the evaporation of the mixture, so it stays on your hand longer. Thank you for watching. I hope you get the chemistry knowledge here. Bye.